Mm-mm-mm. All right, we about to get started. Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? We about to get started. I just want to it's not gonna be a long video. All right, it's not gonna be a long video. We're gonna talk about what the Giants need to do here. And as a matter of fact, no. We're gonna start from the top. All right. We know at one, you'll jump on with me after the draft. Say less. Who's that's Snipe. I was like GS. Okay, cool. All right. So listen, at one, we know Cam is going one. Cam is going one. We know that. Two. 2 to 3 is very, very toss up. And what happens at 2 really determines like the next 2, 3 picks, in my opinion. In my opinion. Because, everybody's talking about what the Browns are gonna do and what the Giants are gonna do. Nobody's talking about like what the Patriots are gonna do or what the Jacksonville Jaguars are gonna do. Like, I just feel like the draft is solely focused on 2 and 3. Anything after that is just like it's where it really start, man. I think personally, I agree with you. I think Carter or Hunter goes 2. This right here, this right here, Abdul Carter going 3. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it, and I don't think it's because I think the Browns are gonna bank on the fact that they might be able to double dip. I think the Browns think that they're going to be able to double dip. And they have 3 options. Just like us. They have 3 options just like we have 3 options. We have the same 3 options that they do. Shador, Jalen, Jackson. Those 3. If it's not those 3, I don't think either one of our teams are going to take them, in my opinion. Not unless somebody doesn't fall. Not unless all those options are taken. And that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. If Sanders for the Browns, let's just say for the Browns' sake, if they pass on Sanders, let's say they just say like, all right, cool, we're gonna try and double dip and get Sanders. All right, cool. Sanders is going at 3, hypothetically, right? Let's just say Sanders is going at 3. Dart is going at 9 to the Saints. I do think Saints go quarterback at 9. I really do. If it falls to them, I really think they. I don't see Kellen Moore coming in and not getting a quarterback. He is not working with Derek Carr. I'm sorry, he is not. I do not think. Yeah, nah. You got to go. You have to go somewhere on offense, whether it's a tackle or whether it's a quarterback. You got to go one of the two. So I think they go Dart at 9. Right? There's 3 quarterbacks off the board. And then I really see I don't see Milrow going first round, but I do see him going second round. So maybe the Browns try and trade back up to get Milrow, or maybe they try and just take him at that second round pick that they get. That's just my opinion. That's just me. Right? Now say Milrow somehow, some way gets drafted in the first. Let's say the Steelers say, damn it, we need a quarterback. We're going to take him. Right? Cool. We all know the Pittsburgh Steelers want to be the next Baltimore Ravens. They are literally copying everything the Ravens are doing. So, say they go and get Milrow. What do they do now? What do the Browns do now? That's the thing that nobody is talking. Nobody is talking about the Browns. Like all these, like I go to Twitter and I'm in these spaces all day. I'm in Giant spaces all day. Sometimes I'll creep into like other team spaces just to listen in on what other people's opinions are. And honestly, nobody's talking about the Browns. Nobody's talking about them. and they are in the same exact position that we are in. I don't think they're in a worse position. I think they are in the same exact position that we are in. I don't know if they don't get their quarterback. If Milroe falls in the first, or not falls in the first, if he goes in the first, I think the next best fit for them would be Will Howard. But I think at that point they would pivot and get Will Howard in like the third. I think they would get Will. I think you could get Will Howard in the third. To me, in my opinion, Will Howard is what is it? Cam, Shador, Dart, Milroe. I think Howard's probably fifth. I would take Howard before Ewers, in my opinion. And you could call me crazy about it. You can smack me upside my head about it. You could argue with me. I would like Howard before Ewers. That's just me. I just think he's a bigger frame. I don't want to say he has a bigger arm, but he makes the right decisions. I didn't see Will Howard make too many bad decisions this season. I'm not super high on him, but it's just like I would take him before Ewers. So I would think that Howard would be their next best option. And then Tyler Show is somehow creeping up in the draft. I don't know how, but he's creeping up in the draft. Kyle McCord is still there. And then obviously, like I said, you got Ewers. Then you got Dylan Gabriel. I don't know where he gets drafted to. He might get drafted to Seattle, maybe. I don't know where he's projected to go. But yeah, I just want to just go on this quick rant. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get this off my chest, dog. I've talked to so many people and shared my opinion about what I think would be the safest position for Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. Me personally, I believe their safest thing to do, because we have 5 picks in the top 100. Okay, we have 5. We can get 5 players in the top 100. Do you know how good that is? That's really. I don't want to curse, but that's really good. That's really, really good that we get 5 players in the top 100. You know what I'm saying? 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and then 1 in the fourth, high in the fourth. So I really think this is what we can do. Okay. Say it goes Cam, Hunter, or Cam Carter, whatever you want to do. Cam Hunter, Cam Carter, whatever. And Shador is at 3. You have to take Shador. For Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll's sake, because listen, this is what you got to present to John Mara. This is what John Mara is asking them, okay? This is the position that they're in. I don't think everybody understands the position that they're in, okay? Yes, they are in a hot seat. Everybody knows that they are in a hot seat, okay? You've been here for 4 years. Well, this will be your 4th year going in. And in the last 3 years, you've only put up 1 above 500 season. The last 2 seasons have been shit shows, correct? You messed up by paying Daniel Jones, and Saquon Barkley, your best player, left and went to a division rival and won a Super Bowl. Cool. And mind you, it was $1 million difference. $1 million. The taxes are the same in Philly and New York, roughly. Okay? It's $1 million difference. All right? He walks for nothing. Didn't trade him. Aziz walks for nothing. Didn't trade him. You know what I'm saying? For $4 million. Cool. Your ass is hot on the seat. Okay? It's on fire. I need an answer, Joe. This is John Mara. Listen. You guys have a grace period. You have this year to draft your quarterback. We haven't drafted a quarterback in 6 years. Okay? This is your year. I will allow you to draft your quarterback. All right? You bring me a stud. You know what I'm saying? You draft your quarterback, or if the cards don't play in that favor, you know what I'm saying? You get the best thing available, right? You draft as good as you possibly can. You slam the off season, and you go into the season. You bring a quarterback in, a veteran quarterback, and you go ahead and you try and be as successful as possible. All right? We cannot put up another stinker like we did. We cannot have 3 wins like we did. We cannot have 4 to 6 wins like we did. Okay? We can't do that 2-3 years. We can't do that 3 years in a row. That's not acceptable. It's not. It's just not acceptable. So, you will have an answer for me this year, and you will have an answer for the future. Now, mind you, you give me an answer for the future. I will grant you an additional year because I will give you that chance to develop your quarterback because you did bring in a vet to play for the year. You did bring in a bridge. That's the whole point of Russell Wilson, to be a bridge. Okay? I don't expect Russell Wilson to get us to the playoffs. I don't expect him to get us to the playoffs. All right? Let me change my screen. Nah, we can go back to laptop screen. I don't expect him to get us. I don't expect Russell to carry us to the playoffs. All right? I don't. And with that being said, that I do expect him to get us at least 6 to 8 wins. 6 to 8 minimum. You know what I'm saying? 6 to 8. We get those 6 to 8, we'll probably be between 10 to 15. 10 to 15, maybe 10 might even be too high. We might be somewhere between like 11 to 16 next year. I think that takes us out of QB contention, right? If you're looking that far, you know what I'm saying? If I'm John Martin, I'm telling him like, listen, you get a quarterback, blah 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 for bridge. You bridge your quarterback. You have a quarterback this year. You know what I'm saying? Take it to the next year. I will give you that year. So now you're looking into the next year as well, and you're thinking like, damn, that QB class ain't that good either, right? It's not. I don't want to say ain't that good because this class isn't deep. I think people get the difference between being good and being deep. Very mixed up. Very mixed up. This class isn't deep. All right. It really, like, it goes Cam, Shador, and then it falls off, and then it's like Dart, and then it falls off again, and then it's Milrow, and then it falls off again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it steadily declines. There's no, like, it was Caleb, and then it was May and Daniels last year, and then for some reason it dropped off again. It was Penix, Bo, and whoever. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't have been that way, but it is what it is. But yeah, I just, you have to. He presented them an option, right? Present them an option. Tells them, this is what you gotta do. Give me a plan. All right, cool, John Mara. Now I'm Joe Shane. This is my plan. All right, we have to put up smoke. To me, this is what the Giants are doing to me. It looks like they're putting up smoke screens. Because, if you listen to Giant Spaces, I could go join the Giant Spaces right now. I will go join the Giant Spaces right now. We can listen in on what they're saying. I guarantee you it's chaotic. I guarantee you they don't know what the hell is going on. Like, they're all upset. They're all, like, confused that it's because we don't know what the hell we're doing. Everybody's listening to these mocks. Everybody's listening to what's going on, like, in the media and stuff, what Shefty is saying. I'm not going to buy into none of that. I truly think this is what I truly believe. I truly believe that we won't have a chance to draft Shador because Shador is going to be going at 2. I think the Browns take Shador, in my opinion. Even though I'm like, I don't like, that's my full belief. What I want to believe is that they pass on him. What I want to believe is that they take Carter or take Hunter and they pass on him. But what I know is that they're going to draft a quarterback. I just know they're going to draft Shador at 2. I just feel it in my gut that they're going to draft Shador at 2. And then we're going to have no choice. And then at that point, then we can start focusing on BPA. You know what I'm saying? At that point, then we can start focusing on BPA. But like, this is what I've been presenting to everybody is like, listen, we have 5 picks in the top 100, and that first pick can be towards our future. The first pick could be towards our future. The next 4 picks can be for this year, impact players for this year, because this class is so deep. At 34, we still have a chance to get Derek Carman, Tyleek Williams, Walter Nolan if he's there, James Pierce if he's there. You know what I'm saying? We have so many options to get. I hope that we build the interior D-line. Me, personally, I hope we build the interior D-line. You know what I'm saying? To help out Dex, because I'm sure Dex is tired of getting double-teamed, and if he is, you know what I'm saying, that helps free up somebody else for the run game, because we were so terrible in the run when we took Dex off the field. And then, and the third, you could go and get O tackle or guard, and then again in the third, you could go get another offensive weapon or another defensive weapon. I would prefer go get something for offense. Go get a running back. Because everybody's saying there's so many good running backs in this class. Well, I want one of the best in this class. You know what I'm saying? I want that at the third, at 65 or 99. That's what I want, me personally. You know what I'm saying? Just keep piling on. Just add players that can make an impact this year, because you can get so many from 34 to 99 or 100, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Draft. Use that first pick for your future. Secure your future. You use that first pick to secure your future, you're good. Because in this case, if Shador is there and you pass and you draft, the BPA at that point, you're drafting for the next year's next coach and next GM. That's just me. And the same thing goes for the Browns, in my opinion. The same thing, unless they have an answer to get Kirk Cousins, unless they're like, all right, we're gonna get Kirk. He's looking good. He's looking healthy. You know what I'm saying? Then we could draft one of these young guys. Kirk could be our bridge into the season, and then the young guy can start the next year. You know what I'm saying? If they're doing the same thing, but they're going to do it during draft night, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But you cannot pass up on a quarterback 2 years in a row. Would be the second year. That's my problem with these guys. This would be your second year in a row. When we were sitting at 6 last year, we went BPA instead of drafting a quarterback. Okay? We went BPA instead of drafting a quarterback. We imagine if we would have drafted a quarterback, we probably still would have been in the top 10, and we would have been in play to go get Travis Hunter this year. Imagine Michael Penix and Travis Hunter. Imagine Michael Penix and T-Mac. Now, I love Malik Neighbors. I'm so glad we have Malik Neighbors, okay? I'm so happy that we have Malik Neighbors. But we passed up on a quarterback. And if you passed up on a quarterback looking into this year's quarterback class, thinking, okay, I would like to have Cam or Shador, and we'll be in play for both, but then you end up passing on Shador if he's there, then what was the point? What's the point at all? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? And I feel for Brown fans too, because the Browns, they're all over the place. Like, oh, 1 week they're leaning Carter, 1 week they're leaning Hunter, 1 week is, we're coming to see Shador, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 whatever the case may be. I listen, let me tell you about that showcase. Let me tell you why Jimmy and all those guys, they went out there, Jimmy Haslam, whatever case may be, the GM, the owner, whatever case, and Brian Daboll, Joe Shane, and 9 other giant front office members all flew out to Colorado for that showcase. They didn't just fly out there. Hunter did not announce that he was working out until 10 to 20 minutes before the workout. Okay? He didn't announce that till the day of. Those flights was already booked days before. Okay? Days before those flights was already booked. All right? You don't fly 11 people out. And this is the Giants. You don't fly 11 people out to Colorado across the country. Okay? Across the country. That's a long-ass flight from New York to Colorado. You don't fly those people across the country just to see a guy who didn't know, who wasn't decided if he was going to work out or not. Okay? You go see the quarterback. That's what they went to go see. Browns too, for Brown fans. They went to go see the quarterback. Okay? Now, Travis gave you a little glimpse of, that he's been in shape, that he's a little bit more toned up. He looked a little bigger. Trav looked a little bigger, like he put on a little bit of muscle. You know what I'm saying? He gave you a little taste of jogging the routes and going through the motions, and his footwork is looking really nice. His hands, he caught the ball with no gloves on. You know what I'm saying? He's out there flexing his athleticism. Jimmy Horn out there flexing his athleticism. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even run the 40. He ain't run the 40. He ain't do no broad jump. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go out there to see that man. They went out there to see Shador. So, I truly believe that, truly believe that Shador will go to I truly, truly like. I just know that they will like Kevin Stefanski's like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going through quarterback hell again. I'm gonna get my quarterback at 2 if I can, and he will. Now unless the Titans throw us for a damn curveball, right? And they say we want Abdul Carter, and that they're gonna stick with Will Howard, then Cam Ward will most definitely go 2. Shador will go 3. You know, you see reports that they want Hunter and Sanders. I mean, I think a lot. It'll take. It's gonna cost. It's gonna cost. You're not gonna. If the draft, let's say you guys draft Hunter at 2. Okay, and now you want Sanders. And if we, quote unquote, pass on Sanders, hypothetically speaking, I hope we don't, but if we pass on Sanders, that means you would have to try and jump the Saints, which would be at like 8. Because I promise you, Shador's not falling out of the 10. He's not falling past 9. He's not. He's not. And there's no way in hell that anybody believes that he is falling past 9, bro. There's no way. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see. Let me see something real quick. The Browns have 10 draft picks. Let's see where they're all at. So you got 2, you got 1 and 1, you got 1 and 1, and then y'all got 2 and a 3, and y'all got 1 in the 4th. Y'all got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 5th, or 4 in the 6th, no 5th, 1 in the 7th. Okay. All right. And then how many? Nine. Okay, let's see where they're at. 2 in the 3, 2 in the 4, 1 in the 6, 2 in the 7th. So really, they got damn near just as much capital as the Browns have to give up to jump. Let's say they wanted to jump at 5 at Jacksonville. They want to jump Jackson. They want to jump everybody else, get the 5 before the Raiders do, because the Raiders might take him. The Raiders still might take him, right? They're still in play. They might jump at 5. AL Jacksonville, I'm going to give you X, Y, and Z. We pick swap, whatever case may be. I'll throw in next year's second, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let's make it happen. Hey, Chris Olave's up on the trade block, apparently. Who say they don't throw Chris Olave in there? Even though that wouldn't make sense to throw Chris Olave in there and then give up a wide receiver that you need to throw to. I mean, you could draft some more in the draft, but I'm just saying, Olave's a dog. Right? Here's what I'm saying. Like, you can't take the risk. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the risk. You can't take the risk. Like, there's never going to be another Travis Hunter. I don't want to say there's never going to be another Abdul Carter. There's plenty of edge rushers that come out all the time. The Browns have one. The Browns have one in Myles Garrett. One of the best defensive players in the game right now. Myles Garrett. Sitting on their defense. They have one. They know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just, like, I just don't see how you can sit there and be like, yeah, we're gonna pass on a quarterback. We're gonna pass on a quarterback and just not take him. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna pass on a quarterback. You know? So I mean it is like, I mean, it is just it is what it is for right now. But I really just don't see us like doing that. That's just something I don't see happening. Like if there is a quarterback there, we have to take the quarterback. Why does it say starting soon? We're already starting. All this is getting edited and removed out anyway, so y'all not gonna see this later in the video. But yeah, man, like, let's do it like this, right? Say the Giants go. I don't know. Let's say we go 6-11. What is it? 6-11. Say we go 6-11, right? We go 6-11. We sitting at like 8, 7, 8 next year. The hell we doing? Because the best quarterbacks is already gone, right? Obvious. The best quarterback would obviously be gone, right? What we doing? We ain't got no quarterback. We have to draft a quarterback. We ain't got no quarterback. Jameis Winston's gonna be our starter. He gonna lead us into 2026. That's what you present to John Mara as a GM, as a head coach. That's what you say to John Mara. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have Jameis be like, you know, our option going into the 2026 season. You know, as a starter. Not barring injury. Not guaranteeing, like, not saying like, yeah, that's just in case if the real starter get injured. No, that you don't have a real starter in 2026. And what are you gonna if Russ has a crazy, let's just say Russ goes off and has a crazy season, you're gonna extend him to a mobile quarterback, not a pocket passing quarterback, a mobile quarterback. Okay. He is known for getting out of the pocket, for throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me. Right? That's what he's known for. Throwing, you know what I'm saying? Getting out the pocket, moving the pocket. At 37, he's not gonna be able to do that as much. I don't care how much you spend on your body. This ain't basketball. This is football. And if you can't stand in that pocket and deliver, get the ball out quick. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going. That mobility is only going to, you know. Nah. Especially with our line. Our line is not going. It's not going to do it. So, I don't know. I just think, like, if there's a quarterback there at 3, draft a quarterback. Use pick 34 and 65 and 99 and whatever the hell else after that to go get your goddamn BPAs. That's when you can go BPA. After you done solidified the rest of your, after you solidified your future, you know what I'm saying? They show the war room. Everybody, woo! Shador's my quarterback. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Everybody, after everybody do that, then you can go ahead and go and get Derek Armin, Trey Harris, Jalen Noel. You know what I'm saying? Who else? I don't know. Jimmy Horn. You can get Jimmy Horn later in like the 5th. Jaden Blue. I would love to have Jaden Blue on the Giants. You know what I'm saying? I'm just naming players that like I can see playing on my team. Ollie Gordon. That's when you could go start building the roster up for this year. After you secure your future. Right? Because we need a franchise quarterback. We haven't had one. Our last franchise quarterback, I don't even want to speak on him. That's my little rant, little 30-minute rant. I'll be back up here